Welcome back to the Greenlight Co Sales Training course. My name's Chris. I just want to talk to you about our approach in this training. There's a few ways that we're going to help embed the learning. And my experience over 25 years was, whilst doing a lot of sales training courses, I tended to only take small snippets of them with me. And ideally what we'd like to do is have you take more than just a small snippet of information from this training. And so the way that we manage that is to learn in a couple of different ways. Firstly, you'll find that I tend to use what I would call sales truths. They're things that you'll recognise as maybe being common out there in the world, whether they're human behaviours, broad statements that we can then apply to the sales process. So when it comes to learning, for example, I would say that if you're not challenged by something, you're probably not going to change. Now, this is something I saw in a gym a few years ago, and it's been true of salespeople over time. Often you get stuck in a very particular way of doing things. The aim of this sales training course is to break up your concrete a little bit, relay the concrete, and if it's a little different, great, there's been a learning. If you relay it in the same way, that's fantastic. At least you've made a decision that you're happy with the way things are going. But we find that by embedding these core truths, it's very easy to remember and stick in your mind when you're sitting in front of the customer. The second way we manage things is through acronyms. FOMO, for example, fear of missing out. You'll hear us talk about the minor approach, for example. We use acronyms so that it's a really easy way to remember a strategy or an approach, so that when you're sitting in front of a customer and you're starting to get that dry mouth and forget where you were, these things are very easily recalled. So that's a couple of keys. We'll be using 5 to 15-minute tutorials, really for you to be able to come in, take a quick snapshot, have a learning, and move on with your day. At the same time, should you wish to listen to them as a podcast in the car while you're driving, or at some other occasion when you're walking the dog, then you can do that as well. Certainly, as a team, if you're going to come back, or you've got a big pitch to put forward, or you've got a great meeting to have, come in, maybe listen to a couple of the sessions to just refresh yourself, so that when you go in to see the client, you're going in fired up and really clear in what your strategy might be. We'll be supporting the sales training with a resource section, so please go to the resource section. You'll find lots of reference points there. We'll have sales plan templates for you, DOGM templates, another acronym. We'll make sure there's a lot of resources there where we're referencing particular studies, particular psychologists that refer to things. We'll make sure that's in the resource section for you. On top of that, we're going to be beginning a Greenlight Co Is Go podcast, where we're going to track our own business and conduct interviews with other salespeople, CEOs and professionals in the space as to how they approach the business. There'll be live events, so look for those, as well as live streaming of those events. So hopefully there's a lot of resources there to not only go through the learning, but embed the learning for you. So we look forward to you joining us.